Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm George Moss. Normally you see me at 2 o'clock on Mondays from 2 o'clock to 3, and I'm doing the program called What's Going On flinttalkradio.com. Today, though, we're doing a special program coming to you on Friday evening at 4 o'clock. And, of course, you can tune in. The program is anytime here at flinttalkradio.com at your convenience. The purpose of this program is to bring you and introduce to some of you, and of course to reiterate to others who saw them on Flint Talk Radio before, the program that is making a lot of headlines here in the city of Flint called the Black Scorpion Boxing. And I want to introduce some of the guests, and some others will be coming in later on to complete the program. We have some of the members here now, and we'll have two others rotate in and out as we get into the show today. To my immediate right is the head of the Black Scorpion Boxing group, and that is Coach Rick Daniels. And Rick, I want to welcome you to the program.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Moss.
And to the far right over here is the strengthening coach, making sure everybody has the right muscularity to go out there and do the job. And that's Mr. Eric Castle.
Yes.
And up and coming heavyweight champion of the world is Frank Nash. And Frank, I want to welcome you to the program also. Did I get that right? Okay. Okay, let's start out with, I'm learning as we do the program because I watched the program that they did on this boxing network this past Wednesday on Channel 5, and I was very impressed with what they're doing here in the community, taking children off the streets and giving them something to do in the community. So I was very impressed with that. I asked them to come into the studio, and we were just going to simply try to get more news around what they're doing and learn some things about how we can, in fact, accommodate what they are doing there in their program. So let's start out with Mr. Rick Daniels, who is the coach of the Black Scorpions. I want to have you tell us, Mr. Daniels, what your intent was in setting up this formidable group.
Okay. Thank you for having me once again. Our purpose for setting up the program was to help at-risk children that are trapped in an environment with very limited positive outlets. Okay, and our boxing program, not only does it teach boxing, but it teaches mentoring. We go over homework, school homework, as well as media training and male role model anti-bullying solutions and conflict resolution to teach our kids how to solve issues without fighting. Even though it's a boxing program, we teach them to fight so that they don't have to fight.
I see. So you're saying that an ounce of prevention is a pound of cure?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes, sir.
You know, I wish I'd had this boxing group when I was coming up. I was getting beat up every day.
Oh, okay.
I was a kid that ran home after school was over. I want to welcome also, as I said earlier, Mr. Eric Castle, and he is a strengthening coach. I want you to tell us about how that goes. What do you do in your role?
Thanks for having me here, and I just strengthen them up so that they can last three rounds and be able to hold their wind up and be strong men and young ladies. So,
strengthening coach, you would do what? What are the kind of calisthenics you would be involved in to make sure they have the right kind of? Because you don't want the muscles to get tight, do you?
No.
And so, how do you do your exercises?
Well, we do cardio and a lot of exercises that keep them moving, keep their heart pumping.
I see. And you said 3 rounds. You're not trying to get them to go 4 rounds or 10 rounds?
Oh, yeah. Try to get them to last, keep their wind up is to go 10 rounds at least.
Okay. And Frank, are you the next heavyweight champion? Now how long have you been in the program?
Not long. Not that long.
Not long. So what do? When you get to the place where you're learning the boxing skills and things like that, tell me about some things that you would in fact do and what you've done when you get to the training center. What's your training look like?
It look like if I'm really on TV.
You're on television. What would you throw some punches out there to make sure that they understand, don't mess with you?
Yes.
Okay. I think that this program, ladies and gentlemen, quite frankly, is one of many programs that we in the community have got to get behind. I see people doing things in the community that's keeping these children off the street, and they are just doing Herculean things all by themselves. They don't have any community support worth talking about. And I think this is worthy of our getting behind the program and these children that we can give some accommodation to. How many children do you have in the program?
On any given day, we normally have anywhere from 15 to about 18 kids, ranging in ages from 5 to about 18 years old.
Okay.
Yep.
And what time would they get there, and how long would you keep them?
We normally train Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m., and then we train Saturdays from 11 to 2 p.m. We go over military training, military drills and commands, along with our media training, as well as finish up any school homework that the children may have. They're allowed to bring their homework from school, and Saturday is one of our major days to go over homework, review progress reports, things of that nature, handle any bullying situations or any conflicts that the children may have or be involved in school or in the home even.
Now, what's that time again on Saturdays?
On Saturdays, it's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I could be a part of that. My schedule is real tight, but I would love to come in and assist in the way I can. And the Saturday time period seems like a very good time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm a former public school teacher, so I can give some assistance at homework.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
I would like to see everybody in the city of Flint get behind this. And you and I were talking, Mr. Daniels, on the way to the studio about you're reaching out to some of the boxers that came out of Flint. We won't call the names out, but we want to reach out to those who have come up through the city of Flint, Genesee County, and you understand the kind of conditions that we have here with the kind of violence in the community. So we hope that we can reach out to some of the boxers who've gone on to great things on a national level, and we can get them to become a participant in it, if for no other reason than to come out and say a few words to children, to give them some guidance about how you went from here to where you are right now, and hopefully that will be of some inspirational purpose for those who are going where you are, going now where you are, and I'm sure that will be something that you'll love to do.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to have the support of the community behind us, because we would like to. Our goal is eventually to be able to take some of our kids to the Olympics in 2016.
Really?
We have an Olympic gold medalist here in the city of Flint, gold medal winner.
Really?
Here in the city of Flint from the 2012 Olympics.
I didn't know that.
Miss Clarissa Shields.
Really?
She won a gold medal. The first and only woman to ever win a gold medal in the Olympic history.
From Flint?
It's from Flint, Miss Clarissa Shields.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've reached out to her as well as other Flint community boxers, managers, trainers, promoters, anyone that has anything to do with male mentoring, female mentoring. We would love to have you along with our program, because like I said, once again, it's not only boxing, but it's mentoring as well as anti-bullying and schoolwork. We're trying to not only build good boxers, but we're trying to build good human beings, productive members of society.
I will tell you that when I saw your program on Channel 5 and I saw the young people speaking, I was just amazed at how articulate those young people were. And I could tell they had some influence of some merit, because you don't see a lot of people able to articulate like that, particularly in front of the camera. The camera's running and you get real nervous and freeze up. I was just really impressed with how they carry themselves. So they're learning something in this program. Tell us about your background. You were boxing yourself.
Yes, well, I come from Detroit, Michigan. I started out at Kronk Gym back when I was about 12 years old. And back then, you had fighters like Tommy Hearns was coming up, Hilmer Kenty, Milt McCory, Obakar. You had some other unknown fighters like Ricky Womack, Bernard Mays, that were really amazing fighters. And they all come from the little basement gym in Kronk, which is it's a rec center, but the boxing portion of Kronk Gym is really just a small room in the basement of a recreation center.
Really?
So it doesn't take a big fancy facility to build world champions. And you've had more world champions come out of Kronk Gym probably than maybe more than any other gym in America.
The Kronk Gym is just a small place in the basement?
It's just a small room within a rec center.
You would never know that, given the fact they put out some of the great champions. You said Hearns and
some of the greatest that ever lived. And then
Emmanuel
we've also had other champions that come and they train at Kronk Gym, like Evander Holyfield, The Klitschko brothers, they come from Kronk Gym. Jermaine Taylor, Oscar De La Hoya, he trained in Kronk Gym. A lot of these great fighters, and because Michigan has the greatest history of fighters in the world that have ever lived, all the way from Sugar Ray Robinson to Joe Louis, all the way up to Tommy Hearns, Michael Moore, James Toney, Obakar, Milt McCory, Hilmer Kenty, you know, all these different great fighters, the whole Mayweather family, the Bird family is from Flint. You got the Durrells, Andre and Anthony from Flint. Clarissa Shields is from Flint. You got a lot of great boxing history that's just here in Michigan.
I see. Did you ever meet Emmanuel Stewart?
Absolutely. Oh yes. Oh yes. I seen him on a regular basis every day when I was in Kronk Gym.
I see.
Every day. Him. You had a group of trainers there that were some of the greatest trainers that ever lived. You had Walter Smith, who was the head trainer. Emmanuel Stewart ran the gym, but you had Walter Smith as a trainer there. Floyd Logan, Bill Miller, and Don Thibodeau. Now, Walter Smith was Joe Louis's stablemate back when he was training. And then you also had Floyd Logan, who trained Michael Moore for his championship run against Vander Holyfield when he won the heavyweight world championship.
Yes.
So you got a lot of great history, a lot of great boxing history within Kronk Gym and within Michigan as a whole.
You know, I love listening to your knowledge of the history of boxing because I'm a boxing fan. I don't get into too many other sports, but whatever they have on HBO and Showtime, I'm right there. Whatever the match is and whatever weight class they're fighting in. We had rotating out. Eric and Frank Nash rotated out of the studio room, and rotating in is now Near Daniels and Tyler Snover. Is that right, Tyler?
It is.
And Tyler, I have to say, I was very impressed with how you presented yourself. When I saw you on Channel 5, I just could not believe a person that looked as young as you. How old are you?
18.
18. Have you always been that articulate? Because you really were.
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah. Tell me how you got involved in the program, the Black Scorpion Boxing program.
I was doing some MMA, mixed martial arts, out somewhere else in Flint, and they moved out, and I wanted to continue training, and I found Rick on the internet. And I contacted him, and we came up. And at first, I thought it was just going to be, me and him. He's going to train me to box. That's it. And I ended up being brought into this huge, the Save the Youth, Black Scorpion project. And it's awesome. Like I'm getting to work with little kids and help, do all this kind of cool stuff that a lot of kids my age and a lot of people in general don't get to do.
Look, give me some examples. Like what, for example, are you doing? You're in the program. What are you doing in the program?
Helping little kids, little guys like Frank out there, and we got a couple other little guys. I'm teaching them to channel their anger and help them get through. I was an angry kid I was angry when I was a little kid, and I know what they're going through. I know.
Yes.
Steer them this way. Don't go do this. It's easier to do this.
How long has it? Excuse me. How long has it been that you have been over your anger?
I still deal with it today. I'm still, I still have anger issues. Road rage, stuff like that. But it's been probably 12, something like that years. I was a little kid.
I see. Neil, your father was telling me on the way over here to the studio that he couldn't get a babysitter, so that whenever he couldn't have the boxing, he would take you along. So you've been around boxing all your life, so to speak. So are you boxing?
Yes, I am.
You're boxing. So
yes.
Now, what do you want to? We don't see too many women boxing, and you have such a pretty face. You're not afraid of getting your face, tattered and torn in boxing.
Well,
you got such a good defense, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I only box because, my dad loves it, but really, I want to be a choreographer.
Choreographer?
Yes.
You want to teach people how to do the dancing?
Yes.
And that I would have loved you back in the time when I was in high school. I taught high school, and I had the Black Arts Festival. And I used to teach the choreography, and I think we had one of the best shows in the Midwest in high school. And so that's something that I would like to see you pursue. Who are some of your artists outside of boxing that you admire? You know of anyone who's ever been a choreographer?
Well, actually, he's not a choreographer. He's just a celebrity. Beyonce knows he's my idol.
Okay. I'm not surprised for some reason. Now, in boxing, who would be some of the persons that you would admire in the boxing arena?
We look up to Sugar Ray Robinson. I've really looked into a lot of his fights and a lot of his history. He was, considered one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters ever. He's awesome. He's a really great boxer to look up to for skill set wise.
Yeah, let me ask you something. That's something that I always come up with. I'm a Robinson. I'm in that era. Mm-hmm. And I watched Robinson. He fought such people as Carmen Basilio and Gene Foreman, those persons. Do you think Robinson would be considered best pound for pound if he were fighting in this era here, or you think he was just great
today?
Today,
I think so. Yeah.
Really, better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that right?
He's quick.
He's quick. Okay. Well, and so. Do we have any Floyd Mayweathers in the gym now? Anybody that you see is really promising? You're going to the Olympics in 2016, I think you said.
Right.
Anyone that you see that you would say that this person has the best chance?
I would like to see all of our children go, but anyone that doesn't go, it's a boxing program, but like I said, we don't just teach boxing, and we may have some children that may not want to box. They may want to become managers or promoters or trainers or bookmakers or anything of that nature. Mm-hmm. And we support any and every aspect and every dream that they have towards, working towards their goals.
Oh, I see.
But I would like to have all of them, especially a gentleman like Tyler, be ready for the Olympics in 2016. Mm-hmm. There's a couple other young fellas that I'm looking towards that I see potential. I see a natural potential in them, and I want to nurture it and groom them and mold them so that by the time 2016 comes around, we have a great chance of not only competing but going there and winning it.
Yes, I see what you're saying, because what you really are saying here is that you're not limiting them to boxing. You're using boxing as a launching pad.
Absolutely.
For whatever they want to pursue in their own lives. It's their choice to make. Tyler, if you boxed in the 2016 Olympics, in what weight class are we talking about?
Probably welterweight.
Welterweight. Mm-hmm. Okay, don't tell me. I'm going to see if I can guess.
All right.
Welterweight is 147.
Think so.
Around
right about
there.
Mm-hmm. It depends. It fluctuates between leagues.
And what is your weight right now?
About 140.
Oh, you're 140. Mm-hmm. Okay, I haven't been around too many 140. Everybody knows is Michelle Obama's trying to get us down.
Small and
get our size down. And Bloomberg would not like a lot of people I hang around with. They all are drinking more than 16 ounces in their pop.
That's against the law in New York.
Yeah, he wants to end that. But I really do think that your program is one of the better ones I've seen.
Thank you.
Do you have any contact? There's a gentleman on Saginaw Street who has the not boxing, but he has the karate school, King Karate School.
I've heard of it. I've heard of the gentleman. My nephews actually used to train with him years ago.
Has a philosophy similar to your philosophy, and I think the two of you should at some point. I'm gonna try to get both of you together because I think you can kind of interface on what you're doing. You both have a good community spirit.
Okay.
Tell us where you're located, and we're gonna be before we get off the air. We're gonna be talking about how persons can accommodate and help you with what you're trying to do.
Okay. Well, right now we're located in United Missionary Baptist Church. That's at 6440 Clio Road on Clio Road between Coldwater and Pearson Road. And you can check us out on the web at blackscorpionboxing-selfdefense.com, or you can reach us directly by phone at 810-399-7485.
Say that again so they can get it.
Okay. Once again, it's blackscorpionboxing-selfdefense.com is our website, and our direct phone number is 810-399-7485. For anyone in the Flint community that wants to join our junior boxing team, it's $30 per month, and that includes all training as well as school homework, mentoring, tutoring, media training, and boxing history.
You said that I know Tyler was saying that he had anger problems, and this has helped him with his anger problems.
Okay.
Do most of the children that come in, do they come in already pretty much focused and directed, or?
Well, no, a lot of them have to be. That's where the boxing comes into play, is because the boxing allows them to focus towards a goal, which is training to compete for an upcoming match or a bout. A lot of them, most of them, well, I won't say that they all have anger issues. Take, for instance, a gentleman like Tyler. He doesn't have anger issues. He just came to box. He was looking for a boxing program, but it just turned out to be so much more than what he was looking for that it kind of piqued his interest, and we brought him along as a mentor. But then we have other smaller children that have some behavior issues, some that like to fight in school and get kicked out of school, where we take that anger, we direct it towards fighting and teach them that even if you have aggressive behavior, it's okay to have aggressive behavior, but let's direct that energy towards something positive rather than something negative. So if they like to fight, they can get trophies and ribbons and rewards for fighting, as opposed to getting kicked out of school, getting in trouble, things of that nature.
Tyler, do you have any problem with persons listening? You're a younger person, so I can understand that with Rick, they would, being an elder, you would probably have young people more willing to listen. Do you have a problem with people listening to you when you're giving them some tutoring because of your age? Is that an impediment, or?
No, not at all. They respect me just as well as they respect Rick or anybody else in the program. They're awesome guys. I mean, all of them. They might have anger issues or stuff like that, but they're not bad people. They're great little guys.
Yes. I think if I were a young person, I heard someone speaking to me like you're speaking, and how you spoke on Channel 5, I think I would be one of those persons listening also. It's very impressive. And what do you see yourself doing? I know you're going to be in the Olympics in 2016. What do you see yourself doing as a career?
I'd like to take this into a career. If everything goes well in the Olympics in 2016, or if I even go, I'd like to maybe pursue my amateur career a little bit, and then eventually go professional and see where that takes me.
Well, can we do some shadow boxing kind of thing? I
Absolutely.
want to see them how they throw their punches and how they're going to,
Okay, sure. Let me grab some equipment.
Okay, so while you're going to grab some equipment, Tyler, when you're boxing, what kind of matches have you been involved in the past?
Nothing sanctioned. A couple I've sparred.
Okay, so nothing official.
Right.
What about you, Nia?
No, I haven't been in any boxing matches.
No boxing matches.
No.
So do you, when you go to the gym, do you put the gloves on and hit the punching bag?
Yeah, I demonstrate some, but most of the time I'm helping the kids out with homework. I'm the teacher, so.
Oh, you're a teacher?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
At the boxing program.
Okay.
I'm assistant coach, so I help the kids with their grades and their education. If you have bad grades and you come to us, just come to me and I'll help you out with it.
I see. Now, what grade are you in?
I'm in the 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yes.
Wow. It's just amazing. I don't meet young people like you every day. Do you see yourself as being exceptional? Because I don't meet a lot of young people as grounded. You said 7th grade?
Yes.
I don't see too many 7th graders as articulate as you are. Where does that come from? Your dad?
Yeah, my mom and my dad, groomed me to be a great young lady, and I hope that I end up being just the same way that my mom is, but I think I am. I'm getting there.
Her mom is a role model. That's very good. Everybody talk about role models, they're in some other city, and how can they be a role model and you don't even know who they are? You have role models in the community, and in the household is even better. We haven't there's not been any choreography of what we're doing here. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I asked Rick and maybe some of the others to demonstrate how they would, if they were in the gym, to demonstrate for your pleasure, what would they be doing once they get there? Maybe they can throw a couple of punches out there, show me how you throw a punch and duck. I probably don't be doing most of the ducking myself because I wasn't too much of a puncher. My feet had to save me. But maybe you can show us how you would, what you would do in the gym when you're teaching the boxing. And I have never seen this model up close and personal. I see these guys in the gym and they're hitting the speed bag and all of that. Let's see how it looks when it's not away from the place where I'm sitting and
Okay.
how personal.
Let's go 1, 2 fade back. Wow. All right, 2 up, 2 down.
I see.
All right, catch 4.
Don't worry, people. I'm all right here. How does she know? How does she know when to duck?
I told her the combination. I said catch 4.
Catch 4. And what does that mean?
That means it's a 40 punch combination.
40 punch.
Yes.
And then if she was ducking down at a certain point, you knew she was going to duck down.
You grab them. Mm-hmm.
So how did you determine?
What I do is I teach them secret code punches, combinations.
Okay.
I teach them how to punch in combination codes. And what I do is I have 1 or 2 word phrases that I say, and they know what those phrases mean.
I see.
So when they're in the boxing ring, I can just call out 2 up, 2 down. She'll do what she did without me having to say everything to her.
I see. I wouldn't have the coordination to do that.
All right. Now he's going to do another set. This is called 4 pull, and I'm going to call the combinations out. It's going to be 4 pull,
Okay.
uppercuts, right pull.
John, are you getting this? Because we want to make sure everybody out there in the boxing world can learn how to do this, because I may be coming to your house and punching somebody's lights out.
Okay. So now I'll say 4 pull, and then in the middle you'll hear me say uppercuts, and you'll hear me say right pull.
Okay.
And you'll see what he does.
I want to see what he does.
Okay. Ready? 4 pull. Uppercut. Right pull.
Wow. No, I think that first of all, I want to say that don't worry about me. I'm fine. not one of those punches landed. I feel like going back to my corner and telling the coach in the corner there he never laid a glove on me, and that would be true because not one punch landed. My defense is better than I thought it was. that was great. So your job is teaching that. Your training is teaching those kinds of things.
Yes.
And it's so much to that. I can see how you have to concentrate on what you're doing.
Oh yes. It's a lot of hard work.
You have to listen to what the commands are.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot of things going on there that you would not pick up unless you really are in the arena. I always see the guys on television. I just assume that they're just going. It's just what do you call it, pantomiming, just doing what they want to do. But they're just taking instructions while they're doing the punching.
While they're doing it, right? And it teaches automatic defense. It teaches them how to, kind of like in football. Bill Belichick will tell a play to Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady will execute the play. I'll tell either one of them a code word like catch 4. Catch 4 means that's a 40 punch series of combinations. I'll say 2 up, 2 down or right pull. That's a whole series of combinations because I've watched the person that he's fighting against, and I'm seeing different nuances and different little things that they may do. Like if he throws a jab and they blink or close their eyes, I can see those things and I can make him aware of them so that he can adjust his fight game to win.
I see. Well, we have about a minute left. I wanted to introduce you to the community more so than where you've been introduced so far because you're doing great things in the community. And I want to commend all of you at the Scorpion, the Black Scorpion Boxing Group, because you're doing some great things in the community. I hope people come out and support you because you definitely deserve their support. Want to thank all of the persons from the boxing school, and I do think it's a school. Tyler, thanks for coming in, and keep going the way that you're going and tutoring as you're doing. And Nia, I want to thank you for the participation that you're doing. You're doing a great job of making sure we have some Dr. Ben Carson's coming out of the program as well as great boxers. And Rick, what can I say about what you're doing in the community except that I commend you.
Thank you.
I'm going to do all I can to assist you in this effort. Okay, well, John is giving me, whenever John starts doing this right here, he's trying to cut his throat off. He's telling me that we have to cut our dialogue off.
Right.
And since I don't see a knife in his hand, that means we got to get out of here.
Okay.
Okay, we want to thank you again for coming in, Rick, and just keep doing a great job that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moss. I really appreciate the time.
Okay, until next time, we want you to follow your dream, because if you don't follow your dream, you'll never know what's on the other side of the rainbow.